Welcome back to DPSN. I'm Dylan Oliver, and today we have my Week 3 predictions for all the NFL matchups, of course, going on in Week 3. Once again, last week, I did not perform very well with the predictions as I once again went 7-9 on the week, and once again got my lock of the week wrong as I predicted the Bengals to beat the Cowboys. So therefore, my total season record now is 14-18 with 0-2 on the locks. It's rough. I need to bounce back this week. So to start things off on Thursday Night Football, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cleveland Browns. And in this one, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers winning 21-17. Now the Browns are the ones that are favored in this game, but after that collapse against the Jets last week, I don't think I can have them win this one. So I have the Steelers winning this one. Then to start things off on Sunday, the Saints go to Carolina to play against the Panthers. Baker Mayfield and the Panthers really have not looked good in this one. They're the home team, but the Saints are favored by 3 points in this one, and I have the Saints winning by exactly 3 points, winning this one 20-17. After that, we have the Houston Texans traveling to Chicago. In this one, the Bears are favored by 2.5 points, but once again, I have the underdogs winning this one as I have the Texans winning 20-16. Then after that one, we have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Indianapolis Colts, and oh my god, the Indianapolis Colts have been an absolute mess this year. They tied week 1 to the Texans and then lost 24-0 last week against the Jacksonville Jaguars. They are just absolutely awful. I thought they would be way better this season, but they have not been. It's been rough to watch, but I do think this could be a trap game. I would not be surprised if the Colts somehow pulled off an upset, but I'm not gonna predict them to win this game. The Chiefs are favored by 6.5, and I have the Chiefs winning by a lot more than that. I have them winning 31-13. After the Colts get shut out 24-0 against Jacksonville, I cannot predict them to win a game, no matter how much I think it could possibly be a trap game. After that, we have probably the most dominant looking team in all of football traveling to the Miami Dolphins. We have the Bills versus the Dolphins, both coming off of very impressive wins. The Dolphins came roaring back in that fourth quarter against the Baltimore Ravens to win that one late, and it was a great performance by Tua. In this one, the Bills are favored by 5.5 points, and I do think the Bills will win. I think the Bills are just too good for any team to compete with right now, and I have them winning 34-17. After that one, we have an NFC North matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota. The Vikings are favored by 5.5 points in this one, and I do have the Vikings winning this, but not covering. I have the final score being 24-20 Minnesota. After that Vikings game, we have the Baltimore Ravens at the New England Patriots. I don't like the Patriots this year. They beat the Steelers last week, but I still don't think that they're that great of a team. I think the Ravens are by far much better, even though they blew that lead. They looked phenomenal in the game for the most part until the end. So I have the Ravens winning this one 31-14. And then the next game up is the Bengals at the Jets. Going into week 2, if you would have told me that the New York Jets have a better record than the Cincinnati Bengals, I would think you're crazy. That would be insane, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. It has happened. The Jets are coming into this one 1-1. Bengals are 0-2. Bengals are still favored in this one by 4.5 points, and I do think the Bengals will be able to get it done and get their first win of the season and win this game 28-17. Then we have a matchup between two playoff teams from last year that have been awful so far this year. We have the Vegas Raiders versus the Tennessee Titans. They are both coming off horrible losses in week 2. And one of them has to get their first win here in this week. The Raiders are favored by 2.5 points, but with it being in Tennessee, I have the Titans actually winning this game 20-17. And now finally, the final morning game for this weekend, we have the Philadelphia Eagles at the Washington Commanders, and I am so confident that the Philadelphia Eagles are going to win this game. They have looked phenomenal through these first 2 weeks that they are now my lock of the week to win this one. They're favored by 6.5 points. I have them winning it by 17 with a final score of 27-10. First game up for the afternoon games, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Los Angeles Chargers. We'll see if Herbert plays. I think he will, and for that reason, I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to lose this game, and it won't be too close. It'll be a final score of 28-17 for the Los Angeles Chargers. Jumping from one LA team to another, this LA team is of course on the road playing against the Arizona Cardinals. We have the Rams at Cardinals. Rams are favored by 3.5 in this one. Rams had a phenomenal comeback victory over the Raiders last week, but I don't think their winning ways will continue, as the Rams, I think, are a much better team. So I have the Rams winning this one 28-23, covering that spread. Then one game I'm not really looking forward to is the Atlanta Falcons at the Seattle Seahawks. These are two teams that just really aren't that good, aren't competing for too much. In this one, the Seahawks are favored by just 1.5 points, but I think that the Falcons will go in and win this one in a very low scoring 16-13 win. Walk-off field goal by Younghoe Koo, something like that. Falcons get this one done. Then up next, we have the game of the week between my Green Bay Packers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Possibly the final time Rodgers and Brady ever play against each other. It'll be a fantastic game. In this one, the Bucs are favored by 2.5 points, but I have the Packers winning this one. I have them winning 24-21. Both offenses have looked a bit sluggish so far in the first 2 weeks, so we'll see which one will be able to make the play against the two good defenses, and whoever does it will win it. I think it'll be Rodgers and the Packers, so therefore I have them winning this one. Then to finish off all the Sunday games, Sunday Night Football, we have the San Francisco 49ers traveling to Denver to take on Russell Wilson and the Broncos. The 49ers are actually favored in this one by 1 point, so that's very interesting to see the road team coming in and being favored in this game. I personally don't think that the Niners will win this game, and I think the Broncos should be favored, so I have the Broncos winning this in a very close one, as I have it being 23-21. Then to end off week 3, Monday Night Football, we have the Dallas Cowboys at the New York Giants. The Giants are 2-0 for the first time in a long time. It's crazy to see, but I think their first loss comes this week. Although they are favored by 2.5 points and it's in New York, I think Cooper Rush and the Dallas Cowboys are able to come in and beat the Giants, ruining their fairy tale start to the season. I have the Cowboys winning in a very close game, making it 21-20. Well, those are all the games and all the scores I have for you this week. Make sure to tune in next week, where I'll of course have our week 4 score predictions. But for now, I've been Dylan Oliver, and I will see you next time.
Bye.